we're going to take this 200 Series Landcruiser and turn it into a country crossing, track-eating, all-round weapon in just 8 hours. So right now, it is just past 8 a.m. See how we go. The most important thing, I'm looking at myself here, do not scratch it, because Joel has told me that if it gets scratched, whoever scratches it gets to be the little spoon on the camping trip.
I'm gonna go scratch it.
And
first up, the essentials. We're fitting a Dominator Extreme winch because this rig is built for four-wheel driving. We're making it easy by removing the bull bar, then fitting the winch and a set of King's 8.5-inch laser driving lights all at the same time, before putting the winch back on and wiring everything up. And that's the front end sorted. This is a 160-watt solar panel, but the awesome thing is because it's frameless, it's super low and slimline, which is exactly what we want for the top of the rooftop tent. We're araldite the bolts on, then using core flute for spacing and ultra strength tape to remove the air gap.
The first step in installing your drawers, of course, is to put the frame in. You got to get a mate to help you out, but I happen to find Cahn and he'll do, I suppose.
Now, any touring rig is only as good as its storage setup, and to seriously beef up the storage ability of the big 200, the boys are lobbing in and installing Titan drawers in the back. But if you reckon this setup is good, you've got to wait to see what we've got in store for it in a moment.
Yeah, good man. Just about to put the drawer stops in.
Yeah, so you don't lose your drawers again.
Yes.
At the same time, Cahn's starting to put together the roof rack, since we'll need some way to mount the rooftop tent to the car. The 200 Series uses captive nuts underneath the roof, which is the strongest possible way to mount a roof rack.
geez, the drawer's looking good, mate. You've been smashing through it.
Oh, yeah.
You know the main thing you got to do when you put these in? You got to tighten them. That was terrible. I'm really sorry.
And with that terrible joke out of the way, let's get back to the storage. One fridge slide is good, so two must be better, right? We're installing a 60-litre Titan fridge slide on top of the Titan drawer's inbuilt slide for a sweet double action setup. And just like that, the drawers are finished. Well, almost. A third 900mm drawer on top rounds out the epic storage setup. And while the boys are working on those last bits of the storage setup, I'm under the bonnet pretending to do a bit of wiring, but actually stealing Joel's air conditioning fuses from his fuse box. Hey, beats having to buy them yourself, right? In reality, the wiring's coming together really easily, since I'm using a King's plug-and-play smart harness. These things are so easy that even a pork chop like myself, who's taken more than a few hits to the head over the years, can easily figure things out. And speaking of figuring things out, I've just figured out that I'm getting hungry. Surely it must be close to lunchtime now, right? And after parking a couple of pizzas where they need to go, it's time to lob back in. And that means doing the heavy lifting before the cheese sweats get a hold of us. Up with the Grand Tourer rooftop tent and on it bolts. This thing is seriously coming together now. There's not a whole lot left to do. I love the bits of a project where you can step back for a second and realise that you're getting close to the finish line. It's a good bit of job satisfaction too, to continue ticking jobs off the list and realise that you're almost there.
All right, that's perfect.
Cahn and the boys are getting stuck into the very last bits of the 12-volt system, including mounting the rear electrical components underneath the drawers so they're out of the way. Oh yeah, and the DC charger and the 12 volt control box. There's a bit of wiring to do here, but we'll leave it to Mr. 12 volt himself, and I'll go make myself useful sweeping the floors or something. I'm frothing seeing this electrical setup almost done. We've even got time to finish off the last bits, like the wiring to the solar panel and the camp lights. And even though it's way after dark outside, we are done. Have a look at this thing, would ya? What a dead set weapon. You could easily cross the Simo, hit the Cape or Tassie, do the high country, anything you want in this thing. Take a look at that and tell me that's not a dream rig right there.
8 hours from stock to rock. So we blew that 8-hour time frame, but we did get the car finished, just a bit too late to head to camp. I can't wait to see this thing in action. It is going to eat up the tracks and it's going to look mint at the campsite. Well, boys, cheers to that.